All right, check it out, Yashara. As far as you can see, look, that's what we did right there. We created the Gloom. We're battling constantly to this, showing back and forth about it because, we had meetings and this and that, a lot of interactions and things. I had to take my mind off of the paradigm of the word of bringing the gloom and destruction of Yahuwah's wrath, the trumpet, because it says their trumpets are their clouds, meaning the trumpets are the cloud. That's your warning sign right there. And it was following me all from towns away, miles away from San Diego. I was at. The just gloom kept coming where I was going. It was doing like the thing in Desperado where it kept covering them as he kept going. And look, right where I park at, dividing line, boom, that's where the gloom stops. See that? The gloom stops. It goes all the way until right here, and then bam, there you got kind of more of like a clear sky scenery. It's getting cloudy, but we're bringing the gloom to cover everything, so we're covering everything so people consider that, AlyYAHu was true. It's the bear witness of AlyYAHu. When they read the scriptures and they have stories like AlyYAHu, Elijah, AlyYAHu, to Yahuwah, that the rain would go away, and it was like drought for like 3 years up until he decided, all right, you know what, let's go ahead and bring on some rain clouds. And then he put out to Yahuwah and the rain clouds came. That those stories are true. That Yahuwah gives that power. And again, I keep saying that power is harnessed by keeping the Torah. When you keep the commandments and you keep the least commandments, even, not to mention the names of false mighty ones, nor let the names be heard out of your mouth, wearing the tassels, all that, then Yahuwah allows you to get the power because he sees you're striving for it. And there might be one or two words that are pagan that I use that I may not know about, but if some comes across my table and there's a possibility it could be pagan, I immediately delete it. I don't say much, or M-A-N-Y, I say much, I say multitude. I don't say a lot of words. I don't say like W-I-T-C-H or W-H-I-C-H. I say that or what, or I don't say J-U-S-T, even like J-U-S-T-I-C. I say only. It's little things, but it means the world to Yahuwah, so you're great in his eyes. Those who keep the least command shall be great in his eyes, really what he's saying. But he says great in the reign of Yahuwah, to see, like, it already automatically weeds out those people that are trying to be great in the reign of Yahuwah. Because if that's what you're aiming for, to be great, just that motivation alone will not uphold keeping all those least commands. You can be like, you got to be like, I care less about being great in the reign. I just want to please him and do every little thing that's pleasing to him. I want to really make him smile. We had to clean the house on the first Yom today. I like that because it's like Torah-centric, so it's kind of a witness that it's from Yahuwah, that place where I stay, because there's a farmer's market. As soon as I leave, everybody's laughing because I brought the rain. I was talking about rain, about AlyYAHu called for rain, and the rain came, and they're laughing about it because they know, like at the word, even by accident, I brought the rain. It's starting to rain now. But yeah, I brought the gloom. It was sunny, a little bit sunny, then overcast, sunny, like depending on what I was doing. It was like we're arm wrestling back and forth. I went to the store and the sun came out. When I came out of the store, I bought a few like nuts, like whatever, something to eat. When I came out, the sun was out, and I just proclaimed it out loud. I said, y'all ready? We're here to bring the gloom. It's time to bring the gloom. And then the fire truck went off. Woo! Like in the same, right after I did it. I didn't mean to do that, but I feel the Ruach inspired me. I feel like it was a Ruach Malak. That was a transformer, you know what I mean, in the fire truck, because I believe there's transformer stuff like that among us that operate through the entities, through cars, automobiles, and plants and nature and everything that exists. So right after I did it, the fire truck did it, and then the gloom just came right back, So like it was like the sun was waiting for me to come out. And then ever since it came back, like when I came out of the store and the gloom came back, then the gloom was just following me, like just like Desperado. Was like, here's me, here's the gloom, and it was just like we're going in sync the entire time through Balboa Park, down the freeway. Even these dudes are doing something, I don't really know what, but I'll pay not too much attention because it doesn't. You don't want to be in a position where you have to wonder what that's doing. It should like be right there in your midst and speak to you almost instantly, like from a message from Yahuwah at a subconscious level. If you have to stop and think about it and be curious and wonder, you already did too much. You're not being still. You're not just being, Wondering is like Adam and Eve. They wondered about the tree of knowledge of right and wrong. They're wonderment, being too curious. They were like an animal trying to be analytical. Animals don't try to be analytical. They just are. They just be. So anything that causes you to wonder at, I don't wonder at it. So don't. That's the other thing too. You just gotta like go with the flow too. You gotta be as innocent and free-minded as a child. Like take everything, you just roll with it and flow with it, and don't judge, like shapat, condemn nothing. Just kind of let Yahuwah show you, like, because the minute you put a shapata, a determination on something, you already decided on something, then it'll kind of, it can be, you might actually be wrong, but because if you make a determination on it that's against it though, and you might be going against the word of Yahuwah, but if you make that determination against it, then the powers that be, even the false powers, the demons and all that, the deceiver will use that energy that you're putting out to determine it false, to create an illusion, a delusion around you, to make it reflect what you believe already. So that's being given over a strong delusion. But that's why you're never supposed to make a firm determination on these kind of matters. You just kind of want to keep it open-minded. That's why you wonder at it. That's why it says even Mariam, even after she met Gabriel, the Malak, and all that, and the people came to offer the gifts to Yahusha, because the star, the Kukab, was right above them, the seagull flew right above me at the same time. The Kukab flew right above them, or the Kukab was right above Yahusha, where he was born. It says that even then, Mariam still wondered at these things. She didn't make a firm decision. Like in a way, you kind of want to be like, disappointed, because you didn't trust that was Yahuwah the entire time, but at least she didn't doubt. Well, actually she did. Shows human nature. Like she done saw Kukabim, she done saw Gabriel, she done saw the Kukab, and they brought the gifts, the myrrh and the oil and all that stuff, right? Frankincense and myrrh and all that, and she still, when Yahusha got older and started preaching, his words sounded off to them. It sounded like he was crazy. So that's the market count says that, hey, that Mariam and his brothers were seeking to find him because they had heard that he was going mad. They felt he was going mad. It says they thought him mad, so they wanted to like, hey man, come over here, you're tripping out. And he's like, that's when Yahusha says, who's my mom? Who's my achim? Who's my ama? Who's my achim? Look, those around me, those who do the desires of Yahuwah, that's my abba, that's my achim and my ama and my achotim, my brother, my mother, my sisters. Shalom. Yeah, they know it. They took a look back, see, man, what's this guy about? I look human, right? It just looks human. I am, but I got the ruach, the eternal divine, the eternal breath inside of me. So it's like the air. You can't see the air. You can't see oxygen and helium. You can't know the difference until you see the one that floats, because they're trying to figure me out. Like, how's he doing this? He just seems like a normal guy like us. Like, he seems lowly, like a low level, like a scumbag. He seems like a hoodlum, a street man. I don't know, something. I don't know what I look like. But I get different vibes from people sometimes. But who knows what I look like? I don't know. But whatever it is, I just know the word of Yah. And they look at me now because they'll follow me. They wait for me. They were already here knowing I was coming. And as soon as it started raining, they're like, okay, let's go. He brought the rain. But speaking the word, it got darker. Look, it stays where I'm at. It's still kind of going. But Gloom, you press forward a little bit. Let the people know. Praise Yah, we're on the same team, so we just talk like that. Like if you remember, when the Malak told Yahukanan to tell the Malak to give him the scroll, he says, give me the scroll. And he said, take it, eat it. It's going to be sweet as honey, but a bit in your stomach. Well, man, and it looked like he was demanding them. But then, I've been tapped into those ruach natures where it's not about demanding. It's not about feelings. You don't overanalyze. I didn't like the way he said that. Like, why'd you have to say it like that? Like, you made me feel insecure, like you're trying to think you're better than me. That's so childish, Like, when you're on that Malakim Shamayim realm, yeah, you have moments where, I've had moments where my lock's like, take it, do this. And okay. I just did that naturally, didn't think about it. And then there's times where I had to tell my lock and give him orders to do something for the reign of Yahuwah, and they just do it because we're all one mind. It's almost like you got to kind of tell your arm to do something. Your arm's not going to take it wrong if you kind of dominate your arm to do what you got to do, and put that intention to tell your arm or your hand or your eyes or your feet to move the way they need to move. You're supposed to kind of have control over that, like a little authority over that, without thinking sorry arm, I didn't mean to be so hard on you, sorry legs. You just do it. And that's kind of the way we operate as one body. We just do it. We just come together like that. Say, I need to go a little further so the world sees, but Yahuwah's desire be done. Nonetheless, that being said, Yeah, it started raining. It's going away, but we're keeping the gloom and the doom. You know, the boom and the doom, right? Because boom is like is a dwelling, right? How you doing, Shalom? The ba is the send it back up in case any of that was unclean. So the B is a dwelling place, right? And then the U is with, and then M is Malakim, so dwells with Malakim. So that's boom. You know, the Malakim call me boom. Every time I'm talking about Malakim Shamaim, they're like, here comes the boom and the doom. You know, and it's like boom and doom, and it's like, oh, I get it. Like boom is BUM, you know, not bum. Like in English, right? They want to. It's got that duality where they want to call me bum, the world, but in the Hebrew Abadi, it's boom, and it's dwelling with Malakim, dwells with Malakim, like acronyms, dwells with Malakim, or doom is the same thing. Doom is also a tent opening. You know, it's also to like be in with Malakim. So to be in with the Malakim and to dwell with the Malakim, doom and boom. You know, and if I had kids that, I'd name them Doom and Boom for that reason. You know, so that'd be cool. But nonetheless, yeah, I just wanted to show you how the gloom followed me the entire time up into the halfway point, and it's starting to kind of blend in there. But we don't need it to go so much, I guess, because to the measure. Well, I get it, because I'm wasting energy being on the phone. So it's like, well, what you gonna do? You know, we gotta wait a standstill till you get off, because you was trying to show me I can't just be doing that all the time, like just get on the phone. But I just have the intent, like to share so people get on board. But even the phone, in a sense, is like get my attention to a person, you know, like a worldly event, or like some girl, or like whatever shenanigans to distract me. The phone, Facebook, all that stuff is an entity like that. But it's like it kind of cancels each other out. They're like kind of fighting, because the intention is like, but it's for YAHUAH, the Ruach. Like I'm sharing the message, like nobody's looking. He's on the phone. He's like, so they're like go both kind of like, you know, and so they're like going back and forward, bah, 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 you know, like an even fight, and they cancel out. So that's the word. Nonetheless, I'm trying to remember the last word. There's something else I had. Back at it here to get some more. Again, look how quick I gave all that word out. You saw how quick that was? All the best words, if you notice, that I feel I've given were when I come to the black speech. When I come to black speech, ironically, it's called black speech because the day of blackness, darkness, and gloom. But when I come out here, I'm so away from 5G towers, from, you know, everybody's energy that they're putting out, because everybody's like a 5G signal coded. Especially, I feel like if they got the jab, there's something biotech inside, they're weaponized in some way to fluctuate, to disrupt the flow of the ruach in us. So it's being used, weaponized, possibly to attack us, to kind of dumb down our mind, distract us, intrusive thoughts, get us to forget a word, just delete a word. They're allowed to just boom, pluck a word out. And if they could pluck that main word out, that key word, then you forget the entire context of what you're trying to say. Because, you know, that's how I think. That's how I think most of us think, is you don't think in terms of everything you want to say. You just think of the subject, right? That keyword. And so they have enough energy to just delete, like to kind of Men in Black flashy thing you, because you give them energy some way. They take the energy and harness it so they can flashy thing you and take out a subject keyword. So they could take that subject keyword, you forget entirely what you're going to say. Like, I forgot what I was going to talk about. So that's why that happens. So nonetheless, that's for the most of it that I got. It came out clear cut because I'm away from all those types of disruptions, you know, by nature, by the ocean. YAHUAH might part the seas one yom right here, and we might go straight back to Jerusalem right through the ocean from the what's the side, the Pacific side, all the way through India and all of that, and go straight to Jerusalem. You know, who knows? That'd be awesome. You never know. You know, because I've been seeing a lot of glitches like Red Sea crossing stuff coming up. But anyways, but it's just symbolic. Come out the Exodus, come out of all, giving your attention to just the world paradigm, anything that exists, anything that you know to be reality. Get away from it. The best way I can say it in another simple way is you got to be like those dudes who eat the meat, spit the bones, who do meditate. You know, like the yogi dudes, like they do all that, you know, I don't want to say the names of the mighty ones, but you know, the thing is meditation. They got the right concept, only they don't know who they're meditating to. You know what I'm saying? They're just like freeing the mind, and that's it. They go blank. We're freeing the mind. You know, they free the mind. You know, the monks, they go to the wilderness and all that, get away from everything so they can center themselves, be away from everything, just be one with the universe or something. That's what we do, only we be one with Yahuwah and don't give any attention, energy to the world. And then it allows enough storage energy to store up to come back so that now we can create our own reality, that we can now manipulate reality, so we can do the miracles like AlyYAHu, the clouds and the wonders. That's why they were able to do that, because they go out, spend time with Yah and recharge, and then come back and do the miracles. I think that's why even Yahusha low-key was getting away to recharge even from his own Talmudim, because they still had some flesh inclinations that was kind of like coding him, that was kind of disrupting his flow, so he needed to recharge completely by himself. Why else did he do it? And I'm experiencing this myself. Like when I can feel when I'm low on charge to create, you know, manipulate realities and like keep everything in the pattern. Like when I say our meditation is like a vibration that creates a pattern, and everybody has to follow suit to. They have to fall into that pattern in line with that. You know, like we see the sound waves on the water, the Ma'im and the sand, they create the patterns. All reality, all people have to follow in suit. They get into that pattern to the strength of your meditation, how much truth there's to it, how much conviction there's to it, how much energy is stored up spending alone, spending time with Yahuwah. If you have been spending time with him and his word and meditation and all that alone, then the vibration's kind of weak. It's like very foggy. But when you spend time with him, it's like bam, it's like HD, and everybody is part of the pixelation. You know, they follow suit the image of Yah, what his projected idea reality is. See how clear I'm saying all this? That's how I usually be. And it's because I'm away from everything. I'm away from the cities. I'm in nature, you know. And Barak Yahu, he brought the rain. I don't mind it. I love the rain. I dance in it, you know. That's the thing they don't know. I actually love the rain. I love darkness and gloom. I grew up playing in it. That's where Bane was like a parabolic picture of me. Ah, you think darkness is your ally? I was raised by it, molded by it. I was raised by it, molded by it. I didn't see the light of day, the light of the truth, till I was already a man. By then it was Barak Yahuwah, praise Yah. Blinding and eye-opening, but nonetheless, I'm already accustomed to darkness and gloom, you know, and the rain. I love it. You can ask my family. I used to play out there all day, you know. And one more thing I did want to say about yesterday, being in the rain. I was standing naked in the rain, in the forest, in the woods where I did my video, under a tree the entire day, because the ground was so cold where I let my thing, when I got laid on it, it was wet, so I was shivering. The only way I found warmth was standing up, and then my body heat retained enough heat, and something happened. I can feel the ruach, like it was readjusting the way my biological makeup works to retain the heat through the rain. So then I got comfortable. I was cool. I wasn't freezing. I wasn't like shivering no more, but naked, because my body heat. Now here's the thing: had I been wearing clothes, the wetness on my clothes wouldn't have allowed the body heat in my body that it was trying to produce to warm me up, because the clothes would have been going contradictory to what my body is doing, so they'd be at odds, and it'd be producing more heat to try to warm up my clothes even, but it'd be just wasting energy, and that's where you get sick. So you don't, but sick is even a delusion in itself. That's what you was giving me to like, no, that was coded. Like this idea that, like, oh, get out of the rain, you're gonna get sick. That's a BS coded lie that when you come into agreement at a cultural construct, it makes it real. Talk about like we can code reality, manipulate it. There's no such thing as sickness. You just have to trust and believe it. Then you go into that alternate universe reality where it doesn't exist. That's why YAHUSHA was healing people, and people were outside in the rain and stuff all the time, and they never got sick. It was never really a thing. You know, it's only they made it a thing because they say it is. Get inside because you're gonna get sick. That's what makes you sick. They're really saying is demonically inspired society, because they knows how the biological makeup works. He's saying get inside so you can get sick, because what happens is, it's like when you jump from a pool to a jacuzzi, that change in temperature at such a fast rate is what gets you sick. When you're like in a very hot water or cold water, and then you switch, vice versa, however you do it, that switch in such a rapid way, it'll make you sick, because your body can't process to the brain, to the heart, and it's all, and then you get sick. And so when you're outside in the rain, and you're wet and cold, and then you go inside into a warm house, like even though it's just nice and warm, it gets you sick because you're going too quick to cold to hot. You're better off staying out in the rain and waiting for it to pass, and waiting for your you to dry up slowly, and you'll be all right. Because I used to be homeless out in the rain all the time and never got sick. The only times I got sick was when I stood out in the rain and went into a home. Then I got sick, you know. And it's like, oh, see, you should have got inside sooner, or else you wouldn't have got sick. No. I shouldn't have gone outside at all because I done tested and tried this thing. You stay outside and let your body regulate according to the temperature of the climate, you're going to be all right. But if you change outside source, Babylon the Great, go into the prison cells and warm yourself up, regulate your body in an unnatural way, then you're going to get sick, because you're not supposed to, come inside like from being really wet and cold in a really warm home, getting a really hot shower. Why do you think the water feels so hot, right? You put on a warm shower from after being in rain, it feels hotter than usual because your body was already adjusting to the cold. You're adapting, but then you switched up the program. So now your body don't know what to do. So it's like, I give up, and you get sick. It shuts down. It just lets you I don't understand the science behind that part, but that's what's doing it, But if you were to go in a home, this is the way you could do it. You go in a home and you're wet, don't get in the shower right away. Stay wet. Put the temperature where it's like kind of similar to outside, like in a lukewarm temperature, or chill on the patio. Stay wet and let your clothes warm up slowly. Stay there. Or what you can do, this is with the nudist part of it. This is the best way. The YAHUAH show me all the positive benefits of being nude. If you get naked, the wet clothes is off of you, so your body can regulate according to the temperature of your surrounding as needed. And you can do that in a home. So you can go in your home, it can be warm. You don't necessarily need to go into the shower right away. You want to take all your clothes off and let your body regulate according to the new temperature of the home by staying naked for maybe an hour. Be naked for an hour, walking around your home, just kind of chilling on the couch, whatever, towel up, whatever, dry yourself off. But you got to just sit around naked, let your body warm up, catch up, regulate, then go take a warm shower. Because if you go straight from being wet and cold, taking a warm shower, that's going to give your body a shock and you're going to get sick. Then that's when your sinus start, and then you get the sore throat. Then you're like, oh, I'm sick. I didn't come in early in time. No, you regulated your body wrong. And YAHUAH is showing me this right now on the spot. I'm experiencing all this being naked. So right now, I have no fear of anything. He's showing me he can be trusted in any element, and he's going to show you. He's going to hold your hand and walk you through it. It's raining and I'm having a great time because we're Eternals, I was thinking about creating a group called Eternals. We make little like motorcycle gang thing. Forgive me for that paradigm, but that idea in a sense, I don't think it's wrong. And put the Eternals, because that it'll relate to the world. It'll appeal to them. But when they ask us, what do you mean by the Eternals? Why do you call ourselves that? Well, we're new Yerushalayim. We believe that if you keep the commandments in Yahusha, the Torah, even to the least command, it gives you power to manipulate reality according to the desire of Yah, not for our own desire, but we just want to complement with his vision, what he's trying to do. And so therefore we're Eternals. We're Eternals in that sense. And we just spread the word and do it until all that's remaining is him. It's just let everything weed off until, everything that like when you're making the clay sculpture, he's slowly chipping away at everything that doesn't look like him, because they say, oh, how do you make a horse? How do you make that cool sculpture? He's like, well, I just chip away at everything that doesn't look like the horse of the sculpture, so that's all that's left. And that's what YAHUAH is doing in reality. He's like he let the world multiply. He's like grabbing a big old lump of clay, that's just the world being multiplied, and have it done the right ruling, so the right mix of oil and water or whatever, clay and everything, so it can get a nice firm mold. And now he's chipping away everything's being destroyed slowly. He's seeing all the football stars dying at 25, young and healthy, and just dropping dead, heart attacks, suicide, who knows what. But who is showing man is nothing, to all those who look up to men. All those kids are getting woke now, because all those kids watch that, look up to these. I want to be a great athlete, and now they're seeing man, the greatest, strongest athletes just drop dead like nothing. What's the point of even trying to be a great athlete? It's pointless. Trust in the word of Yah, because then there's a true high security with that. You know what I'm saying? That's where your high insurance is. High insurance, but it's by the blood of YAHUSHA, pleading his blood to cover your transgressions and walking in them, or your sins. I just realized one last thing and I'm done. I posted a while back that, there's a thing saying that etymology of the word sin is a pagan deity. I gotta look up into that though, because then it said Mount Sinai, but I think Mount Sinai is spelled with the Sadi. So Mount Sinai is not S-I-N, it's T-S, right? Y-N-Y, Sinai or Sini or Sinai. So anyways, that it's okay to say Sinai, but I think maybe say sin should be substituted like transgression or a bari word. I got to go back. I posted an article and I haven't held up that one, so I got to go back. He keeps correcting me, like give me conviction about holding up the word, the substitute sin. So nonetheless, the rain went by. Look, you see it's drying up now. Still at the borderline where I'm at. We done did it, and the rain's like stopping right about here where I'm at. Like it's funny. It's raining right here. You see all that? But it's not raining like right here. And just a little further. Yeah. So anyways, that being said, that's it. That's all I got for y'all today. Leave the gloom. Gonna go down there, meditate in the word of Yah. And even though it's rainy, I'm gonna just stay meditated. I'm not necessarily gonna be reading. So and we're gonna bring out some sun. We're gonna not sun. We're gonna stop the rain a little bit. Maybe bring out a little bit of sunshine here in a little bit, and so we can actually enjoy just resting in YAHUAH. Got the beach to ourselves, praise Yah. So that I bid y'all farewell. YAHUAH barakatah, favor you, increase you, and guard you, protect you, and strengthen you, and keep you, and make his face shine upon you, and be compassionate and favorable towards you. YAHUAH lift his countenance and presence and essence upon you, and give you shalom to all the Kodashim Natzarim and the Yashalim out there, the true ones, the real ones. All right? I said that out here in the earth, wherever you are, not on the phone like I usually do, because you're out here in the earth too, so I'm not going to put attention on the phone and do it through the phone no more. And the bird chirp to bear witness on that. So, yeah, that way we all be Achad one to make us and give us shalom and all for Ruach, that we might be a light to the nations and light to one another, to sharpen each other as iron sharpens iron, that we might prepare each other to be a perfect, spotless, pure virgin bride, prepare for Adonaynu, AlyYAHu, Malkiaynu, Aishiaynu, Yahusha, Mashiach, that we might be worthy to enter the marriage wedding supper of the Lamb and to be brought into your chambers, Yahusha Mashiach, that we Echad one, that we abide in you and you in us, that we be Tamim as you are Tamim, for you are YAHUAH, YAHUSHA. They make us Tamim in your image and Ruach HaKodash. And so we palal and petition these things, YAHUAH, YAHUSHA, and Ruach HaKodash, with praise and todah and gratefulness by the power of the Dama, the Shah, the renewed covenant, by your power and authority, YAHUSHA Mashiach, Adonaynu AlyYAHu, Adani Uhali, Dur. Aman, Aman, Aman. AlyYAHuah, Yahusha. Hallelujah. AlyYAHuah, Yahusha. Hallelujah. And with that, we bid you farewell. Shalom, shalom, Yashadal. Shalom, shalom, Mashpacha. Shalom, shalom. Habatah.